All right, we're going to start off by doing a little breathing this morning. So remember, this is our inhale, and this is our exhale. We're going to do 7 of these breaths. So go ahead and put on your mindful posture, giving your lungs room to breathe. We're going to activate our diaphragms this morning and really use them to help us breathe deeply. So letting all your air out. 7 of these breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now let's do 30 seconds of taking our pulse. You're going to take 2 fingers to the corner of your mouth, slide them on down, press them in at your neck. You're also welcome to use your wrists. I find it easier to use my neck. I'll let you know when it's time to begin. You're just going to feel that pulse. You're not going to try to do anything special, not counting it, just 30 seconds where all of your attention is just on the sensation of your pulse. Starting now. And time. Awesome. We're now going to move into our yoga portion. So I'm going to back up where you can see me better. I'll probably be stationed over that way. Let me move my computer so that there's more space. If you have space, I welcome you to find that space. And then if you don't have a lot of space, just do what you can, okay? So go ahead and first let's do our mountain pose. So you're going to have shoulders back and down, arms resting to the side. Your knees are a little soft. And your weight is on all 4 corners of your feet. Let's go ahead and do our roots, actually. We're going to move around like we have rooted ourselves to the ground and we're a tree, and the wind is blowing us around. So we're going to circle around while keeping our feet firmly in place. Remember, you're not bending at the hip. You're moving your whole body around. Make that circle a little smaller. And a little smaller. And a little smaller. Until you're so small, circling, that no one can even tell you're moving. And then find your center. Here's where your weight should be. It's not all the way on the front of your toes. It's not all the way on the back of your heels. It's evenly distributed throughout your feet. This is how you can find your mountain pose. Also, make sure that your head is nice and erect. I say this all the time, but it's true. Imagine there's a string being pulled through the top of your head that goes all the way down your spine. Now you're in your mountain pose. It should feel a little uncomfortable. For most of us, this is our proper posture, and we don't always do it. Awesome. We're going to do a sun salutation this morning. So I'm going to actually end up turning myself sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Normally I would do it facing forward, but since we're not in 3-dimensional space, I'm going to probably end up keeping myself this way. You're just going to do the same pose as I'm doing, okay? Mountain pose. Your breath is very important with a sun salutation. It's supposed to help us wake up. If you do this right, it can actually feel a little bit like a workout, but we're going to keep it nice and slow. Go ahead and breathe in, bringing your arms up above you, yes. Hold this pose as an upward mountain. Awesome. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to float your arms down. I turned myself to the side. You don't have to turn yourself. And try to touch your toes if you can, or just rest your hands on your shin. Forward fold. Hold this for a moment, continuing to breathe. Letting your head hang. And now coming back up to a flat back. Awesome. Now we're going to transition into a bit of a plank pose. You're going to put both hands down on the ground. Feet are straight back. You're in a plank, except for now we're going to shift into downward dog. Let's see if y'all can see me. Downward dog looks like this. Continue to breathe. You can pump your feet if you want, if that feels better to you. Now come back to a plank pose. You're just going to hold the plank. And now put your body on the ground. Your body's going to stay on the ground, but you're going to come up into a cobra pose. Go back down again. Inhaling, coming back up. And exhale. We're going to shift into child's pose. It's where you put your booty back onto your heels. And you come down. It almost looks like a bow. So you're going to put your head on the floor, sitting back onto your heels if you can. Coming back into that plank situation and moving into downward dog again. And now stepping your feet forward between your hands and slowly rolling up. That was a sun salutation. That was kind of intense. We're gonna do it one more time. So remember, I'm saying this because I'm preaching to the choir, but check your breathing. I feel out of breath, and that means I'm definitely not doing a good job of taking those deep breaths. It's gonna feel better if you're breathing deeper. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna start off in your mountain pose. I'm gonna start facing this direction. Breathing in. Forward fold down. Letting your head hang. Coming up to a flat back. Imagine I could set a cup of tea on your back and you wouldn't let it spill. Going back down to a forward fold, hands on the floor, making into that plank position. And shifting into downward facing dog. Pumping your legs if that feels good to you, just bicycle pedaling those feet. You don't have to do that. Back into plank. And lowering your body to the ground. Bringing your head up into cobra pose. Check your breathing here and see what you're doing. Breathing in through your nose. And now as you breathe out, you're pushing your body back down to the ground. Breathing in, coming back up into cobra. And breathing out. Breathing in again, back into downward dog. We're gonna hang out here for a moment. I got ahead of myself. Let's go back into laying on the floor and transition into child's pose. Your hips back to your heels and your head, your forehead on the floor if you can. now we transition back into downward dog. Got a little bonus downward dog here today. Shifting into plank. Check your breath here for a second. Take a deep breath. Stepping forward between your hands. Slowly rolling ourselves back up. Shoulders back and down. Woo! This is why people who do yoga all the time look so fit and toned, because it is so chill and so peaceful. But if you wake up and you do that every day, you're gonna be in good shape. So I know that really got my blood flowing. So we're gonna do a little bit of a breath work just to kind of slow ourselves down. So what I want you to do is I invite you to sit down cross-legged on the floor if you can. And do a little bit of a breathing exercise just to check in with ourselves. So I'm going to sit on the floor here, cross-legged. I want you to just take your head and let it fall backwards. And now rolling it and letting your chin touch your chest. Rolling back, looking back up at the ceiling again. Rolling down, chin touching your chest again. And coming back up to a neutral and normal pose. I invite you to close your eyes or to soften your gaze and look downwards. I want you just to check in with your body right now. Just noticing whatever sensations are there. Noticing if there's any tiredness, tension, whatever's present, just noticing it, not trying to change it, just sitting with it. Awesome. I want to turn your attention now to your breath. I want you just to notice the sensation of the breath coming in and out of your body. So you're breathing in through your nose, just taking note of what that air passing through your nostrils feels like. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, noticing the sensation of the air passing over your lips. Let's do a couple more of those. Breathing in. And breathing out. Once again, breathing in. We're going to continue breathing. We're going to say a little bit of a mantra as we do it. So as you're breathing in, you're thinking, because it's a new week, I am new. Breathing out, I welcome new things. Breathing in, I am new. And breathing out, I welcome new things. Breathing in, I am new. And breathing out, I welcome new things. Continue breathing on your own and just sit with the feeling of newness as it's a new day, it's a new week. Every day is a new chance to grow, to seize other opportunities. The power of this day is in your hands. We have more control over how we perceive our day than we think. It is a new day and a new week. We're going to choose to embrace it and welcome it with joy. Sit with that and just think about that newness, those opportunities that await you. And you will know that this time is over by the sound of my bell. Thank you for doing yoga and moving your bodies with me. Thank you for meditating with me. Getting up and seizing the day is tough, but I hope that, and I know that it will reap great benefit for you for the rest of the day. To start yourself off this way is an incredible foot forward in the right direction. I know that I feel better than I did when I started. So I hope that the same is true for you. And I appreciate you showing up. Thanks.